communicating. Hello, this is Pigsy, doing another video. I haven't escaped this close to you, but it's better than some ways. I'll just change my angle, that's not too bad. Just got ahead of someone in the queue, that's all. Getting out of a petrol station. I've got a few different projects, two different things today that updates. I guess the other strange thing is that my mum's cats disappeared. Now, I thought I saw them in the next door neighbour's upstairs window, but because someone was up there, I think, because I don't want to stare at that, like, really weird. But there was a light on. But anyway, I saw the silhouette of the cat by the window, which I thought was strange. And I mentioned to my mum, I thought, that's weird. She said, well, I thought I saw him on the stairs. So it kind of confirms maybe that the cat may have passed on, but if it has done that, it may have been a sort of very dramatic death of some sorts, because it's lingering. The spirit of it's lingering, so maybe something well, I would hate to say it was killed, but it's something apart from it would have died of something like an accident, but if someone had done something intentionally to it, just why it might be lingering in that sense, if that's true, it might just turn up weeks later. Sometimes cats do that, they just disappear and they're fed by somebody else, and as long as they're getting fed or getting things from them, they'll hang around. They're just like they're just basically using their resources. So that's quite true. So I've got a couple of other unusual projects. I was looking into, I've always fancied making my own crypto anyway. I thought, how do I do that? Do I need to have a lot of coding experience and all these other things? And I did put like chat GPT and all these other stuff looking at, there's a thing called pump.fund. So it's very, very sort of straightforward to make a crypto. And the other thing is, there's a lot of people that create coins to get to a certain point, and then they scam the people that invested. Well, I'm not going to bother with any of the sort of scams, because I actually have an idea for this, is that it will generate, if it picks up value and it ends up getting traded, then, I got to like 10% of the supply, and that's only because I created it and then I put £30 into it, which also protects it from people sniping it, because people might buy a chunk and then sell it and suddenly drive the price down, up and down, all sorts of things, and it put off investors and nobody will go near it. But my sort of aim is so that it funds a type of, like a charity, funds a sort of research into something. So I've got something called Seabase on Solana. Originally I was thinking about putting on the base chain or the Blast, but it isn't that easy to do that. And so it was easier with Solana, so I set that up on there, and it's called S-Base is the ticker for Seabase. I'm going to need to build up maybe like base projects, because more than one. There's Moonbase, which is M-Base, and so the idea is like working towards colonising the moon and the potential to colonise the sea. So that could be like a sea base and other things in there. And it's kind of because I believe in people, and I believe that collectively we are smarter working together in the same way that any insect is, or colony of ants or something. It's like the moon. All we have to do is really, can life be sort of sustained on the actual moon itself? If an environment is created that a quite resistant organism can use, so like for instance the ants, they do farm mushrooms, they're very adaptable, they will adapt to their different environments. So if they had a little dome, or a little, say like in a crater, with inside that it was housed somewhere they can actually live, and then they can plough down into the moon. And also I don't know how much oxygen they use as well and stuff, so there are a lot less risk to an ant than there is a human. They also they're more advanced in some ways. They're going to eat their dead, they're going to do other things to recycle. They had something an Eden project ages ago, and these basically the ants took over as the pollinators and all sorts of other roles within their sort of society. They were able to adapt to that level. So, if they do grow little mushrooms underground and things like that, but they need the right environment, they need access to some water. If there is frost and there is things they can get to, they will use it. And they need a microscopic amount. They're not like huge, are they? So they can collectively build up resources. They'll make a network and they'll build from there. Who knows? Imagine that would be like the termites of the moon. Colonies built up and stuff. But it's a starting point. The thing is, for life, it needs a platform. There might be something already up there on the moon, probably some bacteria, some other things up there. Who knows? And it might be a very barren world, but there's probably something microscopic living on there. Whether it's come through space and landed on there and stuff like that. So that's the kind of ideas, because there's a lot of things like, let's look for life. How about we actually, while you're looking, see if life on Earth can find a home there? And there's things that live in coal mines and other places on Earth that they didn't think, scientists didn't believe would exist, like these volcanic places. So, it could be other base projects I get interested in, but it means a case of me doing some research and then looking into companies that are doing research in that area and what's feasible. So, like the sea base one, it could be that, what would give us the best access to the ocean or the sea. There's islands for sale and stuff. And the other thing with like holders is because they've got a stake of an interest within the project and it's community driven, there's nothing wrong with them visiting, staying, building on that island, utilising it to some degree. There's some funny places out there, and it'd be nice just to own them and collectively, like I say, it could feed back into the ecosystem. If something generates profits or whatever, it could be just kind of buy more of that token, and it'd form a treasury, I guess, and that's would be a goal to have that set up. But first, you need people to believe in something, and so they need to not be rugged. They need to have time to develop an interest. Maybe they throw a few pound at it, but when you've got a few million people interested, suddenly that starts causing some movement. And why it seems a bit pie in the sky, we've got to look at the state of the earth. We've got growing populations. We've got systems in place which to control people, which through war. It's kind of by design. Some of the areas where there is big wars are places where people breed at higher levels. So and then they're sort of exported here. But once they're here, it's kind of like a better ground for them to develop and grow on. So I can't blame them for one, because that's how they're designed. Because they're in so much conflict that they act in particular ways. But we need to get them out of that. And these are the options. I think you can put it that way. That's rushing past a bus. So yeah, it's kind of like because there was other things in the past like Safe Moon and other sort of projects, and they claimed to sort of the new currency of Gambia and selling lots of what you call hopium, where people would hope to see this better world generated from it, but they didn't. All they did is just take advantage of the investors. Now I can't guarantee that suddenly overnight there's going to be this instant thing. So I've still got to work on there's a few things I've got to do, like the base project, probably set up a Gmail, set up a Twitter, and then any sort of news, and then also the YouTube channel. So I can still do some AI videos and other things that kind of point to where we're looking at and resources. And it's just a case of that, for humans, we might be just going there to sort of like take pressure off this planet and be a launch pad to other resources. It's not the case we want to be a nightmare to the galaxy, take over the galaxy. But I do think that we're kind of not going in the right direction, in that nature expands outwards into new territories, and all we're doing is just sort of fighting over things that are not even important, to be honest. Like how you say hello, or if somebody is a ma'am or a sir or something. It's just things that are pointless. It just shows that people are underutilised. That's what it is. I mean, there's just sometimes people that riot and all these other things out there. You say to yourself, have they work? Do they work? And what are they actually doing? They're trying to stop. Like people go on. They talk about like stuff to do with fossil fuels and stuff. And it's what the industry provides, but what are they doing to improve the situation apart from trying to stop people, delay them, and generate conflict? Really, that's never going to be a good one for resolving things. It's a measure of anger. That's what it is. It's like a lot of the other things are not necessarily racist or anyist. It's because people are angry. You're not listening. I'm going to demonstrate it in some way. And then there's just some people that are just kind of like, I'm angry at a shop because I couldn't get this. Now I can just break in and get it, and all these sorts of odd behaviour. So anyway, it's the future of humanity is ours, and hopefully, like I say, build out on some sort of project and see where it goes. I mean, like I say, for this pump.finance cost my fee. I mean, I chose to put money in. I could have set up for free, but that way it's just to protect that token, the project of both of these projects, and then maybe I'll take some profit. If it takes off and it's the bull run, but I'm only going to skim a little bit. I mean, ideally, it's there for a sort of, it has a goal, and that's what I do. Just work towards it. Anyways, peace sign off. Have a great one, and speak to you soon. Bye.